And after the bank received my offer and the pictures, they counted me at 7,500, right? Now, mind you, even though the listing was for 60,000, the client owed 72,000 on the mortgage. So I got my first short sale just by doing what I'm telling you guys. Back in that day, it was kind of easier before the market crash, right? So that's how I got into it. I've been doing it ever since. I was hooked. Once I got that property and bought that property for 7,500, I literally sold it 2 weeks later for 16,500.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kessel, and today I'm joined by someone that I'm looking forward to chatting with, Kendall Rouser, who's been making serious moves as an investor, focusing on short sales. So excited to have you here on the show today, Kendall.
Oh, good to be here. Good to be here, Michelle.
Awesome. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you are an expert at pre-foreclosures and turning your dead deals into a deal. So let's dive in. First off, for those not familiar with you and your world yet, can you give us the short version of what your main focus is?
Yes, my main focus is short sales. Once again, pre-foreclosures that's my thing. With my niche and mode of business being short sales. So that's all I do. I've literally been doing it over 20 years, 24 years now. So that's what I love to do. I like haggling. I like working and talking and negotiating with these banks, working with clients and borrowers and sellers and owners in these unfortunate situations. So that's what I like to do.
Awesome. And how long have you been doing this? What got you into this role?
Very simple. So as a whole, I've been in real estate since 2000. I made my first, successful short sale in 2002. But how I got into it was very a cool scenario. I was actually selling a property, and I had a gentleman call me about the property that I was selling, and what he ended up doing in that conversation. We were just conversing about how he was able to get a mortgage company down on the unpaid principal balance of what that client owed just by sending in all the needed repairs to that property. So literally from that conversation, I don't even remember that name. So that person is who I have to thank for what I've been doing all these years. So I literally tried and remember what he told me. Maybe 2 weeks later, I it was a listed property that I made an offer on, and I made the offer for $60,000. Sorry, it was listed for $60,000. I made an offer of $20,000, and the real estate agent called me and told me, "Hey, you need to go see the property." She really didn't say anything about the low offer that I made, right? So kind of struck me. And when I went and saw and viewed the property, I understood why she wanted me to go see the property, because it was in total disarray. It needed a total renovation. So as a result, I remember the conversation I had with that gentleman, and I told her, I said, "Hey, I want to try something." Now, mind you, at this point, I'm very new to real estate. I'm new to real estate as a whole, right? So I'm still learning about everything, all the aspects of real estate. All right. But I did remember what that gentleman told me. So I literally told the agent that I would take pictures of all the damages to the property. And I did that. And I actually, back in those days in 2002, I had to take pictures with a disposable camera because, they didn't have iPhones and smartphones as plentiful as they do now, right? So I literally went and got these pictures developed at the local CVS. Once I got them, I put them in a next state package to the bank. And after seeing the property, I dropped my $20,000 offer to $5,000. So I put the offer in the package. I put the pictures in the package. Now, mind you, I'm new to real estate. So I told this agent I was going to try this. And I remember her telling me, she was like, well, my broker, he doesn't think that's gonna work. Well, we don't know about that. And I really didn't either. So, but lo and behold, the bank received my offer. They received the pictures and they countered my $5,000 offer on a property that was listed for 60,000 when I initially made an offer of 20,000 and upon seeing the property dropped it to 5,000.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And after the bank received my offer and the pictures, they counted me at 7,500, right? Now, mind you, even though the listing was for 60,000, the client owed 72,000 on the mortgage. So I got my first short sale just by doing what I'm telling you guys. Back in that day, it was kind of easier before the market crash, right? So that's how I got into it. I've been doing it ever since. I was hooked. Once I got that property and bought that property for 7,500, I literally sold it 2 weeks later for 16,500. So I was like, number one, my first biggest deal, and number one, my first short sale. So from that point forward, I was hooked. So I looked for properties that, number one, had mortgages on them and that needed a lot of repair because, I felt like that should be an easy sale to the bank, to the mortgage company, to the servicer, to the lender, whoever was the investor on a particular loan. So that's how I got into it, just by conversating with someone that I don't even remember his name. So whoever you are in the inner workings of this web and the internet, if you remember that conversation, thank you for telling me that, 'cause I'm mastering this and doing it for 24 years plus.
Amazing. I love how, yeah, just one little moment put you on this trajectory. That's so inspiring.
Yeah, man, it is. So, I just love it. So, doing what I do, it helps people, because unfortunately, a lot of people are in scenarios when they come to me, whether it be, they bit off more than they can chew as it relates to when they purchase the property. Especially now within the last couple years, I'm willing to say between 2001 up until now, especially when the interest rates were 2% and 3% and 4%, a lot of people bought much more of a house than they should have just because the interest rate was low. And even though they might even have some fixed interest rates on these properties that they purchases on these mortgages that are on the properties that they purchase. If one bump in the road in their life happens, it's a wrap. And unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of that here over the last 3 months with a lot of the deals and leads that are coming, across my desk, coming in my CRM. So um, I like the helping a homeowner, helping a seller get out of a bad scenario in a situation and getting this headache behind them, because the ones that are super motivated and really want to get rid of this headache, that's all they want. They just want to get rid of it. They tried to sell it. They tried to list it with a real estate agent. But, as I know, if you're an investor, the market would always show and tell you what your house will sell for most of the times, right? Especially if you're listed and you put it out there for sale. And a lot of times, yeah, it will. So what doesn't happen is, in a lot of these cases where people owe more than what they were, obviously they don't get sold.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
So that's why everybody refers these type of transactions and scenarios to me, because there's a lot of people in the space, but in the real estate space as a whole, but a lot of people do not know how to do short sales correctly. They might have done one or two of them, and I hear all the horror stories, how it takes long, it takes this and that, but knowing the right frameworks and knowing how to do it correctly can circumvent, a lot of time wasted on improperly processing a short sale.
Sure. So, what are some of the things that have made the biggest difference for you in allowing your business to run smoothly?
Oh man, I could tell you one person, one of my ex-employees. So just hiring the right person, hiring the right people, getting somebody who actually was a client initially. One of my long-term employees, she was a client initially, and she just wanted to work for me. And at that particular time, I was really, really busy with what I was doing. And luckily for me, just being blessed, to be quite frank with you, just meeting someone who understood it, who got it, and then could take direction and directive well about what it is that I do. And for me, luck, mere luck. But outside of just having mere luck, just knowing, just living life and experiencing people, especially as it relates to hiring employees. That's really one own experience has led me to know most of the time, if I hire someone, if I'm working with someone, that he or she is the right fit for me. So, guys, to answer your question, that's the short end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. People, yeah, that you have on your team can really make it or break it.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, that's what it was. And I was a scared boss. Didn't really want to give our job tasks to let somebody else do it, because at the time I just felt nobody could do it like me. But, luckily for me, I had somebody once again who just received the information I was telling her, and she got it. And we worked together off and on exclusively for a strong 4 years, but we still work probably collectively, I don't know, 6 years. So it was awesome. And these years were in the heightened the market crash, and probably it started really in 2006, but a lot of people or news outlets would tell you it started in 2008. But I felt it, and I knew it was happening. I knew it was going to happen. I knew something was going to happen. But I remember telling a lot of investors, "Hey, man, this is where my exact words verbatim. I said this is going to pop. It's going to burst." And it did. And luckily for me, like I said, my first short sale was in 2002. So I had 6 years of being in the trenches doing this, knowing how to do it correctly, just learning from my mistakes. And so when the market crashed in '08, that was probably one of the best years in my career to this day.
Yeah. Well,
Still.
well, that's so cool how you were able to use that time to create success.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Absolutely. So I definitely will say it was perfect timing. A lot of people ask, well, how and how and how? Perfect timing, perfect timing for me when I first got in the game and learned this skill in 2002. And then perfect timing, unfortunately, for the nation, the world at a whole when the market crashed and markets were upside down. And being that I had this skill set, I was there and able to, and had the know-how to capitalize on the market. And here we
Mhm.
are still doing it and even though the market has recovered somewhat since obviously 2008 and beyond, but now it seems like it's cycling back yet again. It might not, hopefully, it never gets to the point where it was a million plus foreclosures in the marketplace, right? But, my mode of business, my niche of business, as I tell people, it will always be because unfortunately, people going to always go through a divorce. People going to always, someone is going to die and they have loans. And a lot of times people, once again, just buy wrong. They buy real estate wrong, whether they buy it as an investment, whether they buy retail. And, unfortunately, people just, aren't informed about a lot of times about these real estate purchases, which are the biggest investments most people make in their life is buying a piece of real estate. So for me, I believe my niche of business will forever be, and it doesn't need to be, and I don't want it to be. And, once again, I really didn't need it to be a million foreclosures active. And, obviously between, I believe, 2011 is when it was at its height. Excuse me. But, so for me, yeah, that's just what it is. Just perfect timing, perfect
Yeah.
timing.
What are you most focused on solving or scaling to next?
Once again, my business internally, in-house, but as it relates specifically to short sale, just now being in other markets, um, so I'm scaling it, and as a result of being in other markets, obviously I'm getting more busier because I am in the Atlanta metro market. So all those deals from 2002 up until now, majority of them, 95% of them were in Georgia, the Atlanta metro area. So now I'm in other markets. I'm in Texas. I'm in Florida. I'm in Iowa. I'm in Montana. I'm in Maine. I'm all over the nation with what it is that I do in masters. The process is the same in other markets, in United States. So for me, scaling past my local market and doing what I do, because everybody needs my expertise. So in addition to my business scaling, I'm also scaling my coaching and teaching other people in other markets, in other places, how to properly scale if they want to, but how to properly do short sales the correct way, the less, with less time and less energy and effort in doing these type of deals and transactions. So just scaling in other markets is what I'm focused on right now.
Amazing. That's exciting.
Yeah, it is. Meeting new people, meeting new agents, meeting new investors, working with a plethora of other individuals who are in other markets. So, having having partners in other markets just makes the business more fun because you're dealing with different people that you're working with, but you're also dealing with other personalities from the customers, the clients, sellers, the borrowers, the
Mhm.
mortgagers, etc.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when it comes to growing your business, creating new relationships, networking, What are some things that have made the biggest difference for you?
And you just said it, networking, that's key. I mean, I'm always, number one, I'm always learning. So I'm always involved in a lot of real estate business networking events. And I'm always, game for more information, more knowledge, paying for knowledge, to go to these events. And one of the main things that I'm really focused on learning and getting out of any mastermind, any conference that I go to, any learning event that I might attend, is meeting other people and networking with people who are there, high level people who are there that I could interact with. And, if I learn something from whatever information is shared there, that's just a plus. But I'm focused on that one thing, whether it be from the information that's shared there or one thing that somebody has shared with me while networking at any and all of the events that I go to.
Absolutely. Networking, relationship building can take you so far and are so important in this space.
Say that last part again.
Yeah, it's so important in this space. Helps take you far.
Oh, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Working nationally and working in other markets, you definitely got to have a good network, because if not, it'll be kind of difficult and hard sometimes when you're in different markets and new markets, and you don't have either boots on the ground, or you don't know attorneys, title companies, etc. So networking and going to events and meeting people and getting out there is needed.
Absolutely. Awesome. So, before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect, learn more from you, where can people find you and connect with you?
Definitely on all socials, it's Short Sale Master. That's one word, ShortSaleMaster on Instagram. The same thing on Facebook. My name is Kendall Rouser, Rouser. Affectionately known to a lot of people in the industry as the Short Sale Master, the best in the nation.
Perfect.
And
Well,
you can
listen.
also go to
Yeah, go ahead.
my website, shortsalemastery.net. I have a webinar every Thursday, with an opportunity about learning and learning from a master.
Amazing. I appreciate you, your story, your time, your perspective.
Yeah, I appreciate you as well, Miss Michelle.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Well, I'm elated to be here. Thanks for the opportunity to be in front of you and your audience. And I'm all for it. I'm all for investing, networking, business,
Awesome.
etc.
Awesome. And for those listeners tuning into the show, if you got value from this, make sure you've subscribed. We've got more conversations with operators just like Kendall who are building real businesses. We'll see you on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.